This quilt lives on our couch. Despite being about 19 years old and belonging almost exclusively to the dog, it's held up pretty well. This was my second quilt, again from Quilting for Dummies. Those of you who shopped at Joann's will almost certainly recognize the fabrics. I remember having a vision of making the quilt for a night sky. Besides the stars on the darker fabric, there are little sparkles in this lighter blue fabric. Sparkles in the fabric really appealed to the teenage me. The red fabric delighted me, although I don't really know how it fit into my vision for the night sky. But as you may see across many of my quilts, I love both blue and red. You'll see it better in the brown and tan quilt, but when you pull back a little, you can see stars in the pattern. Even though I was a regular sewing machine user and had made clothes and costumes for several years, I pieced it by hand. As for quilting, it's really more of a comforter than a quilt. In quilting lingo, a comforter is tied off rather than quilted. You can see two examples here side by side. The center of each diamond has a large stitched star, with then smaller stars at the intersections at each of the corners. Several years ago, I had the idea that perhaps I would do some more basic in-the-ditch quilting around the edges of these blocks. I didn't get very far. In retrospect, I made a mistake by trying to use tiny stitches on the edge of vast spaces. Let me show you what I should have done. I made this quilt about a year after the first. It was a present from my then boyfriend, now husband, which is why I still have it, and I chose some simple brown fabrics, really a brown and a light tan. When quilting this one, I used broad stitches. Now this is just plain Coats and Clark dual duty thread, 2 strands. I probably would have done it now using something like thick pearl cotton for a better fit between the thread and the size of the stitches. Something like this. But overall, I like the effect. Thinking about this pattern now, the simplicity and contrast make it a lovely starting place for a beginner. I don't know if I'd recommend it because of the challenge of quilting it well. You could do some really intricate work to properly fill up each block. Otherwise, it's a lot of open, unsecured space that you have to tie off, and it's not great for a quilt's longevity. Although both of these have actually lasted a really long time, so maybe it's fine.